Okay, hi, welcome back to the saga of the eBay Jibbitz. Today is, I don't have my watch on. It doesn't matter. I think it's Tuesday. Um, if you haven't been following along, then here's the story so far. A buyer purchased a set of croc Jibbitz shoe charms. They were $13.99. She needed them by the 14th, and she did not purchase them until the 8th. She requested that I ship them out as soon as possible so that they could get there on time, but only if I could guarantee for sure that they would arrive by the 14th, which, as many of you know, you cannot guarantee anything as far as the USPS is concerned. So I shipped them anyway. I told her I thought they would arrive, but maybe not. She said I should have canceled the order, and she has been sending me very long messages about this ever since. Keep in mind, this is $13. Today, I got notification through eBay and from USPS tracking that the Jibbitz have arrived. So they got there. Today is the 10th or 11th, I think. So definitely but prior to the 14th. So I have not heard anything back from her yet. I don't know if I should expect to or if she's just going to keep them. She told me that she was going to put a return to sender note on the package and ship it right back to me, but I did get a notification that it was delivered, so I don't think she probably did that. I don't know if she's going to file for a return or anything like that through eBay. In the end, I'm hoping this is the last I hear from her, but I have my doubts. So that's all for now. That's where the story is at this point. Right now, I have one order to pick. Today has been a very slow day, so I'm going to pick that and pack it and get it ready to ship, and I'm going to do that right now. Anyway, thanks for following along with the Jibbitz story. I'm sure if you're an eBay buyer, this story is very familiar to you. These kind of deals are not that uncommon. It's no big deal. The worst case scenario, I'll get these things sent back. The whole thing will cost me $9 or $10, and I will sell them again and get that $10 back, and then forget about the whole thing. At this point, I'm just kind of irritated by the whole thing. So right now we have one order to pick. It's already 9:30, so we're going to try to do this quickly and get done for today. I'm going to turn off my I just put this air purifier here. I bought this at the Goodwill for only $7.99. So you can see I left the price tag on. It's been sitting upstairs for, I don't know, several months until I finally brought it down here today, which is the reason why I bought it, to keep this area clean. At least try to keep the air clean down here. Okay, this is a set of bowls, and they are on 3B. Which should be right here. There they are. Okay, we'll try to be careful here. Some of these things are pretty fragile. I'm gonna have to take a few things out to get to these bowls. Then I'm gonna put everything back right away so I don't forget where it goes. So yeah, this is the only sale for today. It's a little bit of a disappointing sales day. I guess we still have a few more hours in the day to get some orders in. These are some Franciscan, they're like cereal bowl size. Really nice, probably from the late 60s or 70s. They're really pretty. And let's find out the whole story on them. I got them, I suspect, at the Goodwill in, a long time ago, August of 2023. So right now is March of 2025. So I've had these for well over a year. And I purchased them for $1 a piece, so $4 for the set. I think I just recently relisted them and lowered the price to try to get them to move. So they sold for $27.61. I think that was probably even after an offer. I don't recall for sure, but that's my guess. I probably relisted them, got a little bit of traction on them from buyers, and 10 by 8 by 6, these go over here. Let's see if they'll fit in this box. I don't think so. I don't think these are valuable enough to double box, but they are going to be fragile. When I first started selling, I wouldn't really have steered clear of fragile items for fear of them breaking during shipping. But sometimes you see things that you just can't pass them up, so I must have thought these were better than they were because they've been sitting for a long, long time. I'm going to put some pieces of cardboard in here. I'm going to just slice these into squares, put them in each one of these bowls. And then I'll put some bubble wrap in to keep them protected from bumping up against each other. You know what I might do? I have plenty of these scraps, so I think I'll just double these cardboards up. Maybe triple. Okay, I'm gonna grab this and bring it over. This roll's getting close to the end, so it's easy to travel with it now. I can move it around when I want to. I do have a stack, quite a few more of these rolls of bubble wrap. I usually buy them 4 or 5 at a time. Oh, this one's difficult to find the corner. Then we'll go to here, to here, and we'll just stack them up and try to press the folds, press that flatness out of that cardboard and get this in there as tight as I can. The name of the game with breakable items is to keep them from touching each other and to keep them from moving at all during shipping. I'm gonna fill the top here with some bubble wrap, and then I'm going to stretch wrap around the whole thing. Keep it as tight as I can. I guess I'm about ready for another roll of this stretch wrap. Okay, that's tight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap. I don't want to spend too much bubble wrap here for only a $20 sale, or $29 or whatever it was. Can't remember already. But I don't want these things to get broken. They've lasted this long. It's only fair to give them a chance to last a little bit longer. I feel like I want to. Let's see. I really don't want to double box this because, like I said, I'm trying to keep it. It didn't sell for that much money, so I don't want to expend too much of my materials and my labor. But I can't let them get broken. But if this was $100 or $60 even, I would probably double box this, put it in this box, and then put a 12 by 12 box. Put this inside a 12 by 12 by 12 with plenty of packing paper around the edges. I'm not going to be able to brisk this. It's going to need more. It's going to need a little more protection than this. So right now I'm going to get it in this box, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do after that. I really don't want to put this in a 12 by 12 by 12 box. That's going to end up being too expensive. But I could just wrap some cardboard around here so I have double walls. And I do have some of these heavyweight boxes underneath here. Okay, come on. So these are already sort of they're not really double walled boxes, but they are heavier than a standard corrugated cardboard box. So I'm going to just wrap this like I would a Christmas present or something. Try to get this extra layer of cardboard on here. And I'm not going to make it too fancy. I'm just going to get it done. So start with this. It's these side walls that I'm worried about. The top has plenty of paper protecting it. And how big is this? Okay, let's grab a marker or a pen. Or use a marker. And I'm going to make some marks on this cardboard where I want to cut it. Okay, this side is getting cut off, and then the other side will get perforated so that it can bend. I have this wheel. This is for pattern making for sewing, but it works really well for scoring a line where you can fold through cardboard. Let's do it this way. Okay, let's tape it up. I'm already realizing spending more time on this than I would like for such an inexpensive sale. So I'm moving a little faster than I might normally because I'm trying my best to not spend my entire life on eBay stuff and then not reaping the benefits. So, okay, next one, I'm gonna go the other direction, basically do the same thing. Looks like this, whatever this flap is it's in exactly the right spot where I wanna cut this. So I can get rid of that, and then we'll see. This one should go here. Flip this over. This one should go here. Close. And then this one is going to be the score line. So we'll get the scoring tool again. I just got that tool a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago. Similar to this box resizer, has a little wheel, does the kind of the same thing. But that's controllable for the depth that you want to put the scores. This one has to use a ruler to go around. Get this way. This way, this way. Perfect. soon as we're done with all this wrapping, we'll weigh this, figure out what the shipping label is going to cost, and then we'll see the exact amount of profit this little set of bowls has earned for us, which is probably going to be about $21 or $22, I'd guess. If it's more than that, I guess I'll be happy. Okay, there's 4 out of 6 sides covered. Now I'm going to cut some squares and then tape these sides on. So I'm going to mark these out. Hopefully, I was hoping I could get 2 out of each one of these, but it doesn't look like it. What if I do? No. I don't want these to be overlapping. In fact, they could be smaller than the side of the box, and that would be fine. Yeah, that cardboard is thick. It takes 4 cuts to get through it. Watch your fingers when you're cutting like this. I know from experience that you can hurt yourself. So hopefully this double box is enough to keep any dings the box receives while it's being shipped from transferring inside to the bowls. I think it's probably going to be fine. There's about, I would say there's about a ½ an inch of bubble wrap between the walls of the box and the bowls. I would normally like to have at least an inch, and probably 2 inches, to make sure that any bumps don't transfer inside. So hopefully this will protect those bowls as best as I can. The only thing I've ever sent, and I do sell a lot of dishes and ceramics, porcelain. The only thing I ever shipped, it may have been the first thing I ever shipped that I was worried about it breaking. But mostly I was worried about the buyer, because she had, yeah, I don't want to go on and on about bad buyers. In fact, you know, almost all buyers, almost every transaction I have on eBay goes so smoothly, it's not worth talking about, but the interesting ones are the problematic ones. So this thing that I shipped, it was a cake plate. It was Japanese cake plate from the 1940s. Had like a, I can't remember, was it a pear? There's a line of these very cute, it's like pre-anime, but like Japanese looking characters that were all fruits, and then they made bowls and plates, and this one was a cake stand. And I can't remember if it was maybe $70, something like that I sold it for. I just threw away this. This is like a 6-disc CD changer I'm going to put in the garbage today. I brought that home several months ago. I think if I remember, it came out of the garbage. And I just tested it today and it does not work. So as 4 parts, it's only worth about $20. So I don't want to mess around with it. So I'm going to put it in the garbage. Anyway, I sold this cake stand. Prior to selling it, the buyer sent me an offer, and it was, you know, a very low offer. And then I responded. This is back when I was a little bit more friendly. These days, I'm often not responding to questions from buyers. They don't seem to usually lead anywhere. But she sent me an offer. I think I was asking $74. I think she sent me an offer of like $15. I'm out of tape, so I'm going to get a new roll. Which tells me I only have 1 roll left, so I better buy some more. Anyway, she sent me this offer. I think she sent a $15.99 offer or something like that, and I was asking $69.99 or something like that. So this is an offer that's not going to go anywhere. So I just responded by saying, I think we're too far apart, and we're probably not going to make a deal on this. And then she said, well, how much would you sell it for? And I said, the lowest I would go is 10%. And then she said, great, I'll buy it. And so I sent her a 10% off offer. And she purchased it. But then in the meantime, I started looking at her account for some reason. And I was seeing many feedbacks on her account that were saying, you know, eBay doesn't allow you to leave negative feedback for buyers, only positive feedback for buyers. So she had a good amount of what they call positive negative feedbacks, where people they're afraid, right? They want to get the word out to other sellers that this person is a problem. And so there were a lot of positive feedbacks that were actually having negative messages associated with it. And then there were also a lot of other messages that were positive feedbacks that were saying, thank you so much for your understanding. Sorry this was a problem. Sorry it got broken in shipping, things like this. And so as soon as I got a notification that package had arrived, well, first I packed the living crap out of it, because I knew that I got the message that this was a person who's pulling partial return scams, which is when you would say, the item arrived, I still want to keep it, but it was damaged. Can you give me some of my money back? And this is one of the most common scams on eBay. So the advice that I would give is to just always offer returns and never give out a partial refund unless you initiate the idea. If the buyer suggests it, they're probably trying to scam you out of money. They just want to get the item cheaper. So this was the first deal where I had to get eBay involved, and I told her, I'm sorry it broke during shipping, but I need you to send it back to me. And then she knew exactly how much shipping was, so she just kept saying, well, why don't you just give me $22 back? Because it was going to cost $23 to ship it. So she knew it might be cheaper for me to just send her the money back. So I just kept saying, no, send it back if you want. I'll pay for it to be shipped back. I don't want to do this partial refund. And then ultimately I had to get eBay involved, and they said, if she doesn't return it, then you don't have to give her anything. And they covered me, and I believe they probably banned her after they started looking at her account. Anyway, I'm not sure. That was a long story about nothing that didn't have anything to do with this package, because this package is so boring. But anyway, this package is complete. Now I'm gonna keep this at the top. Better put our tools away. We don't have to write on here because we only have one package today, but I'm gonna do it anyway. 4 pounds, 9 ounces. Okay, this is the sale. It was $27.61 plus shipping. So the buyer paid $41.20. That includes tax and everything. This box weighs 4 pounds 9 ounces, which is slightly less than I estimated. And this box is going to be what, 9 by 9 by 9. So I'm putting all that information in the eBay thing, and then I'm going to just purchase this label. $9.61. Seems high. I guess it is going to Florida. Everything goes to California, Florida, Texas, or New York. Alright, I don't really have any choice. I'm not going to mess around with pirate ship to see if I can save a couple of cents. I'm going to just buy this for $9.91. I'm ready for this day to be over. And then I'm going to print this label. It's going to come out right here. And then we're done for tonight. So thank you to the buyer of these plates. Let's put this, sounded like I broke them already. Let's put $9.61 in our spreadsheet. We'll see exactly how much money we made on those plates or bowls. And that's going to be it for today. We're not going to make any extra money unless some sales come in overnight. They paid $10.72 for shipping. The shipping cost $9.61. So we made $21. No, we made $18.79 on those bowls. So even less than I thought. I assumed it was going to be over $20. If I put in $18.79 here, the profit we made, that tells us that we're currently at $129.61 average net profit per day this month. And things really have slowed down over the last couple of days. We were doing very well at the beginning of the month. Starting like 4 days ago, things started slowing down, and each day it's been slower and slower. So hopefully it'll pick up again soon. If not, we're just going to keep on keeping on, doing what we can, push through this slow period. There's my timer. So thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon with more packing videos. Bye.